CNBC tells us is that we are at war. Our country has to think in terms of being on war footing. And essentially, the American people are being drafted in fighting this war, fighting this virus, by being told to stay home. So you can look at the unemployed as unemployed, or you can look at them as draftees into a war against the virus. And accordingly, I think it's going to get worse because we can't let the draftees go back to work until we win the war. And between here and there, it is the moral duty of our country effectively to pay them. There are lots of various ways to do that. But if you look at the unemployed people as draftees in a war against the coronavirus, then it's pretty logical that the Bank of Uncle Sam, which is the combination of the Treasury and the Fed, needs to send out checks and send them out with all haste. That's simple.
And we're seeing them do that, Paul. Can we look to any historical precedent to figure out how long it can take to come back from this hole, or are we just in totally uncharted territory?
I think we're on uncharted territory when you're looking at historical experiences, but I think that we can apply logic here in that we have our economy in a state of suspended animation, and that will last until we win the war. But on the other side, we will want to go back to being a vibrant, going concern capitalist economy. So that's basically the game plan. And between here and there, we need to keep our capacity as an economy, which is not just machines, but organizations, intact. So we want to keep our economy from a productive standpoint intact, even if we have it idled, so that when we can go back to normal times, then we have an infrastructure broadly defined that's ready to go. The real sort of disaster, which can be avoided, and I think will be avoided, is to allow the infrastructure of our economy, broadly defined, to be destroyed during this war. We just simply need to sustain it financially and organizationally, which is why I'm such a huge fan of the small business program, because essentially it means that even if your workers can't come to work because they don't have any work to do, keep them on the payroll as draftees into this war against COVID, and Uncle Sam will pay their salary. It makes a world of sense so as that on the other side we have a going concern economy.
Paul, to that point, though, how easy will it be to go back to a fully normal economy? And I understand that this would be a sort of nice problem to have, as it were, because it'll mean we've got through the worst of it. But how hard is it going to be for the government to remove some of these policies once people have experienced them?
I think it's going to be very difficult, actually, and it's also going to be intensely political, which otherwise is known as democracy in action, in that what we've exposed here is the severe holes we have in our social safety net, and in emergency times, we can plug those holes. The technology for plugging those holes is being displayed, and I think the American people will learn that we have more capability than we thought we did from the standpoint of enhancing the social safety net. So that will be the political tug-of-war on the other side, is you want to scale back because we are a capitalist economy, but at the same time, we'd like to believe, or I would like to believe, that we will have a more enlightened, a kinder, gentler, if you will, safety net on the other side. And I think that's what we're going to get. I think that's the direction of the country is when we come out of this thing, we want not just to go back to quote unquote normal, but a better normal from the standpoint of social justice.
Paul McCulley, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.